Hello, this is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is October the 23rd, 2019. Strong hand, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Offended by selling, relentless, conviction, be a unique beast. All right, this is your home of Bitcoin insider information. We're going to tell you what happened in Sydney last night here. This is my last day at Sydney. This is Has McCook. He's going to talk some too. He's taking me to the airport real soon. Oh yeah, this is one of those rush shows. But hey, hello, my elite friends. Check out all the links below, disruptmeister.com. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. If you are in that chat right now, you can do a super chat or you can type in Bitcoin Meister. I will answer your questions. Last night was the Sydney Hangout meetup at a really elite location. And I got to say, the people that showed up, most were familiar with the show. And it was very flattering. And these people have strong hands. They told stories and they shared some lessons they learned over the years with altcoins and everything. But definitely some strong hands. Linked to below is a photo from last night. Stefan Libera came. Yeah. I got to meet Stefan in person. We took a picture of the three of us also, you know, these Bitcoin personalities on the web getting together, but he is an awesome guy, really down to earth also. All the people were down to earth. I got to say, Sydney's got it going on in terms of the Bitcoin community. If you guys are watching, keep on having those events every month. I mean, you're in charge of that.
All the time.
And keep the great location and keep on more. We need more new people. That's for another video that, you know, I've said this, and there are not a lot of new people buying Bitcoin right now. It's just people freak out when they see Facebook hearings, I guess, and when they see the prices dropping. And one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. That's the price, of course.
And it's on sale today.
But
get in
if you
get yourself some.
So let's talk about that. Yesterday, or for the last couple days, I've been warning people of the roller coaster of love that could be coming up because there was going to be the Facebook hearing going on back in the United States, and there'd be all sorts of panic, and that you'd have to have a strong hand on a day like today. And sure enough, what happened for you fiat freaks? Well, Zuckerberg testified. He didn't really say anything too wild or anything. He basically said, I'm going to follow your rules. I'm not going to go through with this. If you say not to go through with it, it's centralized. He said it was centralized. Someone tweeted about that, and then the lovely senators and congressmen or whoever, they asked virtue signaling type of questions. Is this racist? Was one of the questions or something?
So Al Green, Democrat, Texas, Mr. Emoluments Clause and impeachment. His question to Mark Zuckerberg was, is it true that the majority of people working on Libra are white men? So yeah, that's priorities now.
Yeah,
that's what we've devolved to.
Yeah, and that's what the market reacts to apparently. And who knows what? I'm not saying the reason for why the fiat price dropped. I was just saying yesterday, be prepared for it to drop and be a roller coaster. Maybe once people wake up to the realization that completely nothing was accomplished by the hearing and nothing changed and there was no new information and it was all printed days in advance, his transcript, that maybe the speculators will buy again. I don't know. There was also some quantum FUD again that got recycled out there. Dudes, long-term thinking, this hearing is just a blip on the radar. Who will remember this in 2021? Hey, still good luck to Zuckerberg with your altcoin and everything. We're going to talk about some other alt. Let's see. Oh, someone had a question. Pound that like button. First of all, Hass, what do you think one Bitcoin will be able to get somebody by 2030?
So that's 3.5 halvings away. Probably a nice house. You can pick up a nice house for one in 2030, I'd say.
Oh wow, long-term thinking there. Getting to ask when I got a guest on to ask for predictions. I never do predictions like that. But a good question there for the guest. That is, you're taking advantage of the situation. Oh, lots of people. Hello, my elite friends. Johnny says, okay, we got more topics. Hang on. So we talked about the virtue signaling congressmen. They're very lovely, very predictable, and the constituents love that. They're just doing it. they're just showing off to get votes, and they know it works. All right. So Nick Carter is down in DC. I linked to everything I talk about is linked to below, by the way. I linked to his thread. He was at the DC FinTech Week. I didn't read the entire thread. It's very, you get some good information from it, definitely, about what's going on. He had some interesting quotes, though, because there were some interesting people speaking there that I don't usually talk about. The reason Zuckerberg is testifying in front of Congress and not Garlinghouse, now Garlinghouse is the dude, the Ripple guy, is because Libra has a chance of actually working. Ouch. Almost everything he says is a lie or a misrepresentation. That is Nick Carter on Garlinghouse, because Garlinghouse was at this event apparently, and he was being questioned. And again, Nick said about Garlinghouse, almost everything he says is a lie or a misrepresentation. It's really quite breathtaking to witness.
I think one of Brad Garlinghouse's, I think one of the questions asked to him was, how does Ripple make money? And
yes.
It's like, oh, we're a software company and we just happen to own a lot of XRP. Not different to Exxon. They own a whole bunch of oil. So probably the most intellectually dishonest response you could ever come up with. So I'm totally on board with Nick Carter's assessment of the situation.
Pound that like button. I had no idea you'd seen the thread.
Yeah,
or you'd see that. Very good. We're on the same page. We look at the same things. This was totally on plan. Wow. Very good. You were prepared. I thought you were just, oh, wow. Good. Look at this.
Nick is a great follow. If you are yet to follow Nick Carter, get onto it.
All right. Now, last night, something that we really didn't talk about very much because everyone was a Bitcoin fan. When we talked to, I talked to some people about crypto dividends. Well, one guy said to me, Adam, I don't understand why more people don't talk about these crypto dividends. All this is interest, these forks and these airdrops. But we didn't. Someone brought up Fake Toshi, I think, to me off to the side because Fake Toshi's got his own crate. He forked of a fork, which is great. That's his business. But what people usually pick on. Talk about Fake Toshi for is because he pretends to be. Oh, we brought him up because he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Someone brought him up. Why was he included in the movie? Someone came up because the movie Cryptopia is coming out. Well, it got debuted here, and so some people were disappointed that he included Fake Toshi and King of the Trolls in there. That's his business. He's a filmmaker. He can do what he wants to do. But that's why Fake Toshi got brought up, and no one last night that was hanging out was even. Because last night was a bunch of 20%er strong handers. No one in their right mind there even fathoms that this guy could be who he says he is. But yet, and I know many people are familiar with this channel. There was a commenter the other day. He said, "What do you think of?" I'm not going to say a Fake Toshi saying in 2020 governments will be able to confiscate people's Bitcoin because there's a flaw in the SegWit code that will be exposed. Now, I have covered this long ago. That basically that dude makes bold predictions that are in the future and then forgets about them and pretend and like fakes technical expertise upon. And so he said that one a long time ago. I brought that up on the show a long time ago. That is total BS. But this person comes to my channel and says, "Well," and I replied to the guy like, "You must be new here. Like you must be new to my channel because this is not even a legitimate question. All that there are liars out there and liars say a lot of things and why." What do I think of a lie? I mean, all lies are the same. I don't think very much of them. No. But again, the guy replied to me, says, "No, I'm not new here at all." So I don't know. Some people are just are never going to get it. Here's the formula to Fake Toshi: you say bold things that are going to be in the future. Try to be nebulous about it, and then just once the future comes,
wait and see. He likes to say.
Wait. Just wait and see. Wait and see. So let's wait. Let's talk about it since. We got him. Again, I don't usually like to talk about such things, but hey, they're doing something over there, and there's obviously there's people paying attention to it. 10% of the people are prone to follow cults, I guess. And he can lie, but if he's going to lie, we're going to bring up the truth. That's a good way of dealing with stuff. So we were talking about the blocks. What were you telling me?
So as part of this movie, so one of the reasons Roger and Craig needed to feature. Is because they went through the block size debate. So first they said, yep, Bitcoin 1 meg. Bitcoin Cash said, you know what, stuff that, we'll go to 4 megs. And they're like, you know what, stuff that, we'll go to 8 megs. And then, you know what, stuff that, we'll go to 32 megs. And then obviously Calvin Ayre and Craig Wright, they want to go for the full gigameg, the full terabyte block. So as a non-technical person, I started asking the questions like, what would I need to run a BSV node that's filled up with a gigameg of transactions? So we worked it out. You'd need a very solid, stable 100 gigabit internet connection, which apparently doesn't exist anywhere at this point. And you'd need $50 million a year of server grade, enterprise grade SSE drives to just store the blockchain. So yeah, if BSV ever succeeded and their blocks were full, you need $50 million a year on a node. But with that said, this chain isn't probably going to be alive longer than a year, and the only thing that's filling up blocks now is weather data, and I don't think any of their blocks are like bigger than a megabyte anyway. But yeah, so we dove down that rabbit hole, and yeah, if that's not extra proof that BSV is total garbage, don't know what is.
Well, I mean, they could try it out. They don't think nodes matter very much. That's one of their things, from what I recall. All right, we spent a lot of time on that thing, but I just so if you're coming to the channel and you're asking me what I think about, I guess, lies that I've already addressed. I mean, I'm not going to change my mind. Lies are lies, liars are liars, and some people just they want to hear fancy stories about the future. Oh, I'm the conqueror will be coming in the future. That's what he bases his personality on. The conqueror will be here soon, and the soon gets pushed off.
It's a good case study in investment psychology, I suppose. It's yeah, I haven't seen people follow a cult so illogically before, but
the cool thing is that, like, I mean, again, these places I'm hanging out in person, at least here, there was no one that was even needed.
No. We are strong hand Bitcoin only, so it's not overly toxic, but we've cultivated a big crew of strong hands that get it. So yeah, great city to be in, and look us up whenever you're in town. We are hospitable folk.
So yesterday, well, I didn't even know about the price fluctuations until I woke up in the morning, and so I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty predictable. I mean, and life goes on. I'm just trying to get to the airport and everything. We're just living our lives. He's telling me about how his formula to buy even more sats is picking up because the price went down. So I mean, it's a predictable thing. I hope all the watchers here and listeners here, their hands are as strong as ever, because they really should have known such a day was coming. And again, we'll have days it drops by 500. We'll have days it goes up by 500 or whatever happened. But I want to remind us of the old days. When I was talking to people last night, there were days like in 2016, it would drop by like $30, and that was such a big thing. It was, and so many of you are not familiar with that at all. So really, definitely puts things in perspective. Shows how much things have grown here over the years. And also, speaking of the old days, there would never be a congressional hearing. There would never be anything like that. No mainstream news type of thing. So yeah, the amount that it drops in a day now is how much it was worth back in the day. I mean, that it dropped to 500, 400 yesterday. I mean, leading up to the 2016 halving, most days it was below $500. For years there, and like everyone takes that for granted now, and it's like, oh my God, it's in the 7,000s now. It's like, guys, go back to the archives, disruptmeister.com, and just see how the song remains the same. I guess that people are always going to panic when they think there's a big drop. But what a big drop is keeps on changing. $20 used to be a big drop. $500 is supposedly a big drop now. You just got to value your wealth in Bitcoin, people, and just be ready. And as I've talked in the future, in the year 2022, when there's a day it drops by $10,000 or something, that's the way we're progressing, and that'll be a good day. I mean, that'll be a good day when people like me will be like, yeah, I didn't really notice that it dropped by 10,000. I was trying to get to the airport.
These are the days to stack.
Yes.
So there is no better day to go out and buy some sats than a day that it's dropped 9% in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
So get in like it's hot. Follow me. You've probably followed me on Twitter. I tweeted it out this morning. My formula for DCA. So it's not financial advice, but that's how I stack. And it's sensible, and it's all budgeted, and it's everything I can afford to lose. And this morning is one of these mornings where I'm very happy that the price did drop.
Well, and this is another thing. If you guys are on crypto Twitter or you're watching YouTube videos with all these weak hands and stuff, you get this horrible negative feeling. And well, first of all, people came to me last night and they're like, Adam, I go to your channel just for I get the positive vibe. But the funny thing is, when you're talking to people in person, it's not a negative vibe at all. Everybody last night had a positive vibe. Now again, we didn't, but if we would have known the price even went down last night, and it just like went down right when we ended the meeting.
But with that said, that entire crew, they've been down in the trenches with us at the meetups from the 3,000 days. So they don't care if it's crashed down to 7,000. Like if they were there at 3,000, like they're going to be here at 7,000. It's silly. You've held strong on a drop from $20,000 to $3,000. And what now you're going to call it the end of the world because it's $7,500? You're kidding me?
But that's what get the clicks, the videos. That's what you see people making tweets about and everything. Oh God! I know a lot of the people are just they join into the negative vibe because they're trying to scare people off of their Bitcoin, or they think their altcoin's going to pump. Let them try. I mean, this is where the big boys play. That's what I want to say.
At the end of the day, everyone's trying to scam you out of your Bitcoin. So hold that hand strong and don't let anyone negatively influence your mind. Use your intuition. Be responsible. Stack sats.
Yeah.
Run a node.
Yeah. And if you need a positive vibe, follow him, follow me, watch this stuff. I mean, sometimes people need reassurance. I mean, strong. That's why strong hand is the saying around here. All right. I do want to see Chunk a Dunk says Bitcoin Meister can't wait for the HBO original on the current state of affairs in crypto. I mean, is that really being worked on? I mean, there's so much drama, and again, that's the crypto noise. I think we talked about that last night, or I was talking about just basically ignore the noise. Now, we didn't ignore some of the noise today. We were guilty of talking about BSV noise there for a second, but I just wanted to remind, I still don't get it why people ask me questions about that. It must not be very familiar with the channel. I don't know. Even the guy said he wasn't new. Sean Anderson said, hello, Adam. I love your videos. Pure love from Denmark. Dude, how you doing? I haven't been in Denmark, since I was there. I was in Copenhagen, and then I went to across the way to Malmo, to Sweden. But a lovely, lovely place up there. Crazy stuff. Turn your pennies into 10 satoshis. Okay, so finally, Matt Alberg had a tweet out there, and this dude keeps track of the P2P exchanges, what's the local Bitcoins and stuff. And I don't know how much that information can be trusted, but he does a apples to apples comparison here. The Kenyan shilling. Is anybody from Kenya out there? Pound that like button if you are. The Kenyan shilling is one of the first currencies in the P2P trading markets, which has firmly eclipsed volume records set during the speculative bubble of late 2017. So this is very interesting. People in Kenya were, during 2017, when everybody was buying Bitcoin, the volume was very high on the P2P exchanges like local Bitcoins, and most currencies haven't gotten back up to that volume yet. I mean, I just said earlier in the show, there are not a lot of new people buying Bitcoin, at least as much as people that were buying it back in December 2017. But for the Kenyan shilling, Matt shows that now the volume is higher than back then.
I'd easily believe it because the Kenyans are already sort of in that environment and groove through things like M-Pesa. So like the idea of digital money makes sense. But before that, they had literal digital shitcoin Kenyan shilling.
Yes.
And now they get digital Bitcoin. So this is why I like things like Libra. It's the gateway drug into Bitcoin. So let people just get used to online payment rails. And then as soon as they get blocked from using Libra, they look for options, and then Bitcoin becomes apparent. They're used to the groove of that kind of payment and storage mechanism, and then they just become Bitcoiners.
Again, this is a great analysis on your part, because Matt said the same things because of that they're in the perfect spot to. It's not surprising at all because they already had the M-Pesa or whatever. They kind of need it there. The government isn't that reliable. And also, and this is just a fact of life, because this is where the big boys play. There are scammers out there that need digital currency. So it's a good thread that Matt Alberg has out there. And you didn't see it.
Check it out.
You didn't see it, but you said the same thing. Hey, dude, best guest in the space right here. You know what's going on. Let's see if there are any other questions. All right, everyone's doing smiley faces. This guy right here, we're not going to give. This guy actually lives in Australia, and he's a fan of Matt. But he would never show up in never show up in person to. Anyway, okay. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the links below. Thank you for a great stay in Sydney, my friend.
For having us.
This is.
So,
I hope
come back anytime.
Soon. Yeah, I'm off to Adelaide. We're literally going to go to the airport. Well, we're going to hang out with another Bitcoiner right before we go to the airport.
Yeah, indeed.
So, guys, see you soon. This show was a little rushed. Just click on all the links below. Click on the squares. See you soon. Bye-bye.